Hello, how we doing? It's Oma here again, Ihoma GP. I hope you're having a good time. So I know the kids are home, and where they're eating all the food in the house. Your food they finish, I mean, fast before you buy bread has finished, before you know butter has finished, before you know this one, that one has finished. It's always mommy this has finished, that mommy this has finished, but it's all well. That's why we have them. So yes, talking about our kids, this is summer period. Yeah, this is summer period. Do you know I've learned something? There's something that this video that I watched taught me. Chief Maduka Cosmos. Yeah, we all know him, the popular entrepreneur, businessman, successful businessman. There's his video I posted on my platform the other day. Though sometimes when I post some of this video, I watch them myself and I take key lessons from some of these videos, and I decide to share because I am a student of life. So Chief Cosmos did this video where he was talking about his 16-year-old son, how he didn't allow his 16-year-old son ride a bike, despite the fact that he rode a bike when he was 10, right? I'm going to be telling you something that I observed recently, backstory, right? You know, it's summer and the kids are home. So I and my husband took it upon it to enroll our kids in a summer school, a tech summer school that is close to where we stay, right? And after I heard Cosmos Maduka's, there's this video of his that he did where he was talking about how he didn't allow his 16-year-old son to ride a bike, even though he started riding bike at the age of 10. So that video got to me, and I think I remember he was talking about how parents are the ones sabotaging their children's future. He was talking about modern day parents, how we are the ones destroying our own kids because we are always caging them, keeping them to ourselves, trying to protect them where there are no danger. Your child cannot walk on the street alone because of what? Meanwhile, you walked on the street and nothing happened to you. He was also saying that thinking about it now, why was he even thinking that way? Why didn't he allow his 16-year-old son ride a bike at that time? That the mindset he had then was that he was smarter. Was he not thinking that his 10-year self was smarter than his 16-year-old child? But that is arguable because at 10 years, he was exposed to people outside. He already had that social skills. Children of nowadays hardly have those kind of social street skills because they hardly interact with the people outside. All of us, the Kopio, we want to keep them indoors, take them in our car, take them to school, back home, and all of that. So I thought to myself, that video got to me and I was asking myself, Ihoma, where were you when you were, let's say, my first son's age? I was on the street, taking myself to and back from school, dodging all the Okadas, dodging all the buses, jumping free rides. Sometimes after spending my transfer money that I'm supposed to use to get myself to or back from school, I would find myself trekking home with other students like me that had spent their transport money. So what did that do for us? That made us understand how to survive in the absence of transport fare. That made us understand how to build social skills with those around us. That made us understand our environment, know all the nooks and crannies, all the shortcuts. But what do we get with children of today? They are always in the car, mommy takes them, driver takes them back to school. They don't know how to survive on the street. And what does it take to survive in the Nigeria of today? It takes ruggedity. You have to be both ajebota and rugged. So that video, after watching that video, and my kids were going for their summer tech program that we've enrolled them for. And I said, guys, you are going to find your way to that tech school. And good thing, the school wasn't far from our street, so it was like the street after our street, in our neighborhood. So I said, fine, there's a road. I described the place to them. I said, when you get to that gate, there's a street here, just take the They were excited. They wanted to go explore. So, but when they got, made sure I gave them a phone. So they got to the place. There's a particular place where they were supposed to take. They got to that point, and my second son called me and said, "Mommy, there's water in this place. We can't dip our leg in this water." Remember, it's been raining a lot this period, and I was like, "Are people passing that place?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay. So why can't you pass it?" He said, "Well, the water is dirty, we can't dip our legs." I said, "Oh, Mom. Oh boy, you're going to need to dip your leg inside that water. As long as people are passing there and finding their way to wherever it is they are going to, that is important to them, you have to also fold your trouser and dip your leg in that water, as long as it will not swallow you, and find your way to that place." After mumbling for some minutes, they caught the call. I didn't hear from them again. They went, obviously, did their training and found their way back. So when they got home, let me cut this long story short. When they got home, I was asking them, I said, "How was it? Why were you calling me about the water? What was it about the water?" I said, "Mommy, the water was dirty. We had to put our legs, I said, "Yes, that is what people do. You have to put your legs. Sometimes the road might not be smooth. It might not, the road to where you want to get to might not be smooth, but you have to go through it, endure the pains, endure the sufferings, endure the hardship to make sure you get what you want to get." I said, "Okay." So another day they went. This time it had rained the day before. It rained heavily. So when they got to that particular point, they tried passing the road again. At this point, the water was already getting to their knees. So they didn't even bother calling me. So they came back. I was like, "Guys, what's going on? No class today." They said, "We got to that point. The water." Remember, they've been going after that first time. They've been crossing that water before now. So when it rained heavily the day before, they quickly came back. I was like, the water was very high. It was getting up to, nobody was going through the water. I said, "Okay, so let me just take you guys." So I had to take them in the car. Found another back route that I wanted them to, because the idea was to get them to understand their environment, to understand where they are, to understand the shortcuts, to understand that life is not just one way, go and come. Sometimes there will be obstacles on your way to where you want to be. You will need to find routes, other roads that will lead you to your destination, to that point, to that training, to that interview, to that job, to that business meeting. I've heard stories of people jumping Okada, MDs jumping Okada to catch up, maybe to meet up with their prospective clients that they are proposing whatever it is, business to. Prominent MDs in this city jumping Okada, riding on Okada to go catch up a meeting. That is what we call tenacity. That is what we call a total whole. So when I took them on that route, the Holy Spirit ministered to me while I was driving them. He said, "Tell them that you're not coming to pick them, that they should note this route." So I just told them, "Guys, you have to know this route. I'm not coming back to pick you. Try and remember the routes, the corners, the bends. You will find your way back." They're like, "The road is far, is there, a lot of cuts, a lot of bends." I say, "Yes, just try and remember." I dropped them off. Tell me, did they not find their way back? They did. They did. And as they are finding their way back, they will be observing their environment, observing the buildings, observing the people, building an understanding of life. Life is not all about book. It's not all about the Y, the X. It's about survival. It's about building tenacity in our kids. My parents tried in that aspect. There's no way I cannot survive. If I find myself in a Jebota circle, I survive. If I find myself in battle circle, I am the king. So, tell me, what have you discovered, or what one new thing are you trying to encourage in your children? I would like to learn from you. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let's share ideas. See you in my next video.